Hello, welcome to this update for the Indian Ocean and Oceania. So we have a lot of stuff going on. There's still the remnants of Tropical Cyclone 11, like Tropical Depression, weak Tropical Storm, just north of Reunion. There's some stronger cyclones, Talia, uh, way north of Australia, the eastern Indian Ocean. You stay out to sea, and there's Tropical Cyclone 13 as well in the Indian Ocean. There's an area of investigation in the Solomon Islands, and there's this tropical depression just north of New Caledonia to watch to bringing some heavy rain there. So this is Talia, that's in the Indian Ocean. There's the official track, shows it like in category 2, category 3 out there in the ocean. So it's strong, but you just stay out to sea there. So no threat to land as of now. And there's these other models, just stay out to sea as well. But there's the Canadian ensembles, they are very crazy. They like most stay out to sea, but then some try to dive back south. But we'll keep watching. You most likely just stay out to sea. There's 13, they're just in the middle of the Indian Ocean, so no threat to land as well. Some models do get close to Mauritius eventually, but most just dive south there in the Indian Ocean. So we will keep watching this, but no threat as of now. The Canadian models don't even get there. So be aware. Let's see, there's the 15 just north of New Caledonia. There's a lot of convection with it now. Some southernmost towns of Vanuatu are getting soaked, so please be careful. Shows the track there. uh, it might affect northern New Caledonia for more rain and some storms, so be careful in southernmost Vanuatu. So there the GFS ensembles here, they just go southeast, and the main concern is like flooding and storms in those islands, especially those small islands north of New Caledonia. So if you are there, please be careful. There's the Canadian ensembles, shows it there, so stay, keep watching this in New Caledonia and Vanuatu, and be aware. There's this one near Reunion, Mauritius. There's a lot of convection there, and a big part, not a big part, but a part of it is affecting Reunion, especially northern Reunion. So be careful right now with some heavy rains in Reunion. And the track of this is very weird. It shows it getting to Madagascar, practically dissipating and reviving the Mozambique channel. But this red here, these circles are just indicating tropical depression strength, tropical storm, tropical depression strength. So nothing major out of this. But we'll keep monitoring, because with this warm ocean waters, you never know. So the track here, the GFS, shows it potential to a tropical storm again in the Mozambique channel, and even stronger if it goes further south, and then might affect Madagascar there. So be monitoring this in Madagascar. Canadian just goes until Madagascar. It's a very weak tropical depression, and one member or two goes into the Mozambique channel. So we'll keep watching this too. Let's see if there's any more. 13, I showed you. There's the invest there just south of the Solomon Islands. Some models try to form this and even pass like near New Caledonia, but 999 is just a weak tropical storm or tropical depression. So keep watching this, but be aware in New Caledonia, because after 15 passes, you might have a problem with this invest. So now let's see the European ensembles in another place here. So like there's here another region, so the Indian Ocean shows like those systems now, but if we go like 108 hours out, shows those two cyclones in the Indian Ocean, and the one that might cross Madagascar and into the Mozambique channel, and shows some other low pressures trying to get going there too. So if I put this to 204 hours out, this very long range, it changes a lot. But most of the European ensembles just dive south. They don't get all the way to Mauritius, but they do show some other low pressures might get going near Mauritius and Madagascar later. So keep watching. Has some weird ensembles near the southern Philippines to watch, and some are near northwestern Australia. So keep watching this. There's the South Pacific, shows the Coral Sea potentially towards New Caledonia, and you can't even see New Caledonia here. So we keep watching. Northern Australia shows some low pressures there, so you get very busy there in terms of rainfall, especially and everything. So now the actual European model here. Is there like I don't think they have. So be aware. Now for the actual models for these cyclones here. So the GFS shows the tropical storm making landfall east of Madagascar. So please be careful there. This past Madagascar with a lot of rain and goes to the Mozambique Channel as another tropical storm. And it gets those very big cyclones, the eastern Indian Ocean, they go, and one passes very close to Port Maturin, but goes south, so it isn't indicating a landfall. But keep watching this, the GFS, the European shows like, right, the cyclone Madagascar, very weak tropical depression, might bring more rain than Mozambique Channel, but it does form another low pressure near northern Madagascar later, so the Europeans kind of a different situation. There's like those big cyclones, the Eastern Indian Ocean, they go and just dive south there, so it isn't, but actually long range on February 16th, it does bring a very big cyclone towards Port Maturin, another one to eastern Madagascar. So the Europeans actually kind of crazy with this, but that's like very long range, and this changes every single day. So there's the icon, the tropical depression eastern Madagascar, and tries to turn to a tropical storm into Mozambique later, this by the 7th. And it does form a tropical storm into northeastern Madagascar, like the European on February 9th. So gotta watch, and the other cyclones just go south. There's the Neptune, shows those cyclones, the Eastern Indian Ocean, the tropical depression or storm in Madagascar, and the Eastern Indian Ocean, they just go south, and the one tries to revive the Mozambique Channel later, so be aware. Those areas, there's like Oceania here, so first the European, bear like the 0, so it shows like the low pressure just north of New Caledonia now, so be careful there. This goes and tries to form a cyclone near New Caledonia again, like 995, the Coral Sea, on February 5th. This goes there and like goes away, and later showing it going down a little bit, but still a few storms, so be aware those areas. There's the GFS, shows like the system New Caledonia now, just north of it, like between Vanuatu and New Caledonia. This goes away, might affect some rings, Fiji, southern Tonga. Then it does have a low pressure almost forming there. The other invest, but it barely forms, but brings more storms to New Caledonia, those areas. And the GFS does try to spin up some other cyclones later. This on the 18th shows more low pressure south of Fiji too, and some more storms before as well. So keep monitoring this. Now there's the Canadian model, shows the storm between Vanuatu and New Caledonia now, the other low pressure later, might approach New Caledonia. This goes, and then later still showing some storms in New Caledonia on the 11th, and more storms to watch, but it's showing a lot of rain just continuously throughout Queensland there, so please stay safe. There's the Neptune, the zero Z bear show like a low pressure just south of the Solomon Islands trying to form the storm New Caledonia. This goes show like this low pressure in the fifth affecting New Caledonia. Some more storms goes there, and does have another low pressure of Australia trying to form later on the 9th. So we'll keep watching this and be aware in those areas. And there's the European here shows more wind shear just south of New Caledonia and off of Australia, but where the other low pressure is south of the Solomon Islands shows less. But there's this area here for Australia south of New Caledonia, more wind shear that could be worse for these cyclones. But shows like Indian Ocean, shows like Central Indian Ocean, but where those stars are near Madagascar, there's less wind shear. So this goes and like yeah. So we keep monitoring, and there's like here the European still for some dry air, so it's very moist in the Indonesia and the Eastern Indian Ocean. There's some dry air trying to get into the system near Madagascar, but it goes, and the other big cycles are generally protected from this dry air. The European does crazy things later, but yeah, that's too far out. There's now like the Southwest Pacific, if it works here. So not sure if it here. So shows all the moisture in Queensland spreading even further into northern Australia there, and shows that the system near New Caledonia now shows some dry air getting to the north side of it. So it might not last long, but shows the other system more moisture, maybe on the 5th to New Caledonia, but later some dry air into it again. So we'll keep watching these systems, but just be careful there. Stay safe. Now for like first Madagascar, those areas, the rain duration next 5 days shows like in eastern Madagascar the storm might make landfall 221 millimeters, 174, 166. So please stay safe there. Shows like some 161 further north, and if I put towards the 10th, show like out of this world accumulations 1,400. This model is crazy. I think it might not be that much, but it's definitely indicating another tropical cyclone here between February 8th and the 10th. So we'll keep watching, but just stay on alert, monitoring the forecast. So show like some more storms southern Madagascar, but be careful right now as the system goes into central Madagascar. The Comoros showing some 71 millimeters, 74, some 87 next 5 days. So be aware there. More storms central northern Mozambique. Be careful. Those afternoon storms, they can be intense, and just any time of day there can be a storm, especially so heavy on southern Tanzania. Even central Tanzania shows some into Zambia, northeastern Zambia, northern Zimbabwe, some, especially to Angola, so 70 millimeters, spots to 81. So be our central Angola to northern Namibia. More storms, central Namibia, some storms, especially to South Africa, some 60 millimeters, 58 in Lesotho, some more storms. This can have some hail, lightning, so be aware, especially like these strong afternoon storms. Be careful. There could be some gusty winds and everything, so you can see like Tuesday afternoon, central Namibia and Angola, northern Mozambique, those big ones Madagascar. So be careful, stay safe. Some rain in Gabon, some storms there, some other spots, even some rain southernmost Ivory Coast, but nothing crazy in Democratic Republic of the Congo except the far north. So be aware of storms there too, and some other spots. Burundi, some storms, Rwanda, but nothing that crazy. So be aware. There's the GFS showing like the accumulation from this system getting more significant, but it's not showing other system later. It's showing like it's just 570 millimeters, some spots to like, why is the move? Some 400 millimeters on the east coast. It's like 200 to 241. So be careful, please. Be careful. This and the European are two different scenarios, but there's a possibility that it could be any of them. So just monitor the latest forecast and be careful. Shows also Mozambique, especially if this comes if this goes to make it from Mozambique, showing a lot there, especially showing more storms central southern Tanzania, northern Zambia into central southern Angola, northern Namibia, southern Democratic Republic of the Congo. So be aware in South Africa those storms there. So be careful. There's the icon showing like spots central Madagascar, some 200 millimeters, 191, especially on the west coast. So be aware, showing to central Mozambique as well. So be careful, storms in South Africa, those areas, central Namibia and Angola, Tanzania, some more there, central southern Democratic Republic of the Congo, Gabon, some rain Republic of the Congo. So be careful in those areas. And yeah, there's the European here, shows some more accumulation reunion from those systems there, but we do have this high resolution model here that might work better for this situation. So shows some specific spots in reunion to 98 millimeters. So this is possible. Be careful. Shows in the east coast of Madagascar up 200 in the next 24 hours as this goes. So you never know. I trust more these high resolution ones. Please be careful with flooding and everything. So be aware. And yeah, so now for like some wind gusts from the seasons, a little bit windier Mauritius and Reunion, but nothing crazy. But as this goes towards the east coast of Madagascar, does show slightly higher gusts, but nothing that crazy. Does show a moment like 74 km per gust right on the coast, but this coast might be breezy in a few spots of interior Madagascar, but nothing that crazy. Shows maybe breeze into Zimbabwe, Mozambique, maybe Namibia and South Africa, some spots on the 7th, and the Europeans does have this other tropical storm, North Madagascar, the 7th, some stronger gusts. The Europeans are showing like 109, so we have to monitor this close and later to bring the storm back down south towards Reunion on the 13th and for a second hit in Madagascar. So the Europeans like very out of this world today, but you never know it might happen. So show like South Africa some slightly higher gusts on Tuesday the 4th, some other spots Namibia, so be aware. Now for this rain in Australia, still show next 5 days, most of northern Australia, very heavy moisture, including these parts northern Queensland, central northern Queensland, 190 millimeters, still 600 millimeters in Townsville, 641, some 574, so please stay safe. The rain didn't end there yet, so next 5 days still shows 600 millimeters, and already saw reports of flooding there, so please Stay safe, take this seriously. Even the storms in Northern Territories, 1 to 36 meters, and any storm can be dangerous, so be careful. Near Darwin, 1 to 45, some other storms, northwestern Australia, like 219 millimeters, so stay safe in those areas. Be careful. West Island, some 23 millimeters, a few passing showers and storms, and the season now just north of New Caledonia show like some 214 to 222 sunspots there, but just west of Vanuatu show like 206, some very heavy moisture there in the ocean, and especially near Port Vila like 218 next 5 days, and just next 2 days some 82, 203. So stay safe. Please be careful. Papua New Guinea, more chocolate moisture too, so some more showers and storms to Western Guinea, southeastern Indonesia, some spots there, 110, 121 in some islands, 132 from those chocolate downpours, so be aware. Not as heavy in Malaysia, but still heavy, some 83 millimeters, 68 next 5 days, some rain in Sumatra, occasional downpours, so be careful, especially in eastern Malaysia, and yeah, Java, some more, especially some spots of West Timor, and not there's Timor too, East Timor too. So spots of the for French Polynesia, some passing showers and thunderstorms, nothing that crazy, but always be aware. Some 28 millimeters in Maritea Sul, the Damstown, and Cook Islands, and 39, a few passing fronts just west of you, and some 65 in Tonga, some other spots just 60. So yeah, be aware some passing storms, but especially southern Fiji. So be aware northern coast of Fiji too, possibly. So be aware. But uh, looking further out into like the 12th or something. So these next 9 days, this changes a lot. You still change, but just so you can see, this is a very active pattern for Northern Australia. So throughout the next 10 to 12 days, please be careful for this rain from Northern Australia. So like 242 next 9 days, 300 in a few spots, 282. So Darwin 296 next 9 days. So be careful, Central Northern Territory. So this indicates a lot of moisture. So not just Southern Australia, storm or two. So please be careful. There's the GFS that's even doing crazy things, both in the Philippines and Australia. So it's showing like 600 meters central northern Queensland, all the way to 700. Some towns the nor like the west coast of Queensland, 780, almost 800 next 9 days. This is spread out throughout 9 days. You won't all fall in one day, but it will be too much for some areas. So Townsville, some 800 millimeters next 9 days, 700. So please be careful. In just 5 days, already shows a very significant amount in northern Queensland. So please stay safe. And now for those on southern Vanuatu, just 5 days. The GFS like 375, Port Vila, spots to like 271, some spots 230. So please be careful. And just 2 days and 17 hours, or it shows a lot in Port Vila. So please be careful with flooding, those storms, Central Papua New Guinea, Samoa's passing storms, the Solomon Islands. So be aware, as you can see in the cell line now, the heavy moisture further south and a storm or two in the Solomon Islands. So please be careful. And this is the GFS, the southern Philippines. Just 2 days or something, is not doing anything crazy. 3 days, but after 5 days, it's getting like some more moisture to the southern Philippines, 125, but like into 10 days, shows some spots like 580 millimeters, southernmost Philippines 415, even 255 on the east coast. So gotta watch this. The European is also showing next 10 days, especially after day 6, more in the southeastern Philippines 400 millimeters for 426, and also some specific spots in some islands like 514, so the east coast of some islands there, central islands too. So please watch this pattern there and be aware a lot in Palau too. And yeah, just 5 days, 92 in Puro, some 75 in Palau. So be aware, especially in Lelo, some other spots there on the intertropical convergence zone. And the Marshall Islands shows some 28 millimeters. Further north, much less. It shows like very few central southern Kiribati, but northern Kiribati some storms. And yeah, so be careful there. And now there's the access too. Shows just 5 days around Vanuatu, spots central northern Vanuatu, some 358 millimeters, 287 the south, some northern coast of New Caledonia, some heavy moisture. So please be careful with flooding. And the excess shows also like 659 millimeters in the east coast of northern Queensland, 685, 400 in Townsville, and also the interior parts of Queensland, like 600, 500. So please stay safe. Those areas central to northern Queensland shows more on the west coast of Queensland there. So please stay safe. Northern Territory, some spots are like 506, 242, 191 in Darwin. So please be careful. That shows some moisture into Western Australia, but nothing crazy, and some in Northwestern Australia. But please stay safe. Shows a lot in central Indonesia, near Malaysia, and some specific spots in Sumatra. Those areas in Jakarta shows like 122. So be aware in Palau, 112, 5 days, more islands there. So be careful. Please be careful. There's like southern Queensland or New South Wales shows already in the next 24 hours some storms there, but like to northern Queensland shows those storms there next 24 hours. Some other spots to more than 100. In Townsville, 24 hours shows some 86 meters. The high resolution model. Other spots 273, and more like central Queensland already into northern Queensland. So stay safe. Shows there too. Queensland, maybe Northern Territory, yeah, shows some downpours in some spots, the Northern Territory, into northwestern Australia, some downpours too. So stay safe from these storms. And also might be a storm, some storms near South Wales, because all these areas in blue will likely be thunderstorms. So be aware. In this time of year, the heat can make a severe storm or two. So be aware. And after 10 days, it shows more like New South Wales, especially eastern South Wales to Victoria. So yeah, be aware. We'll keep watching. One more thing, there's the wind gusts from this high resolution model here. So that shows similar thing in Madagascar, some 72 km/h gusts, and some other spots of the coast 74. So yeah, be careful there. But the main thing there is the heavy rain, the flooding possible. So stay safe in those areas. Please be careful. There's the Canadian model too. Next, like next 7 days or something, and it's doing some crazy things in Queensland. Like all that brown is above 300 millimeters, like or above 400, 300. So sometimes the Canadian model exaggerates, but it can be right. You never know. So like show like 758 if you were able to see it very quick. Show like 600, 700. So it might be exaggerating a little, but if this happens, there'll be some tremendous flooding, and even more than what already happened. So please stay safe throughout the next 10 days. So all of Central Northern Territory, Queensland, just warn others there. There'll be a lot of storms and flooding, so stay safe. So Sunday to Monday, those storms in Queensland, Tuesday, and like into Northern Territory, the other one, New Caledonia, Wednesday the 5th, some lingering storms near Fiji. So Wednesday, Thursday, some more storms from northern Fiji, northwestern Australia. So please be careful. This is already the 8th, the 9th shows close to low pressure in between Northern Territory, Western Australia. More storms there on the 10th. This goes and like even dives to southern Australia. But this is just one model, and it will still change. But even like on the 14th, show another low pressure in northern Australia. So please be careful. These systems. There's like the GFS shows a similar thing, and maybe not as extreme, but it is showing similar things. So if I put this until the 16th, the GFS does have very extreme in Queensland, like I showed, but not as the Northern Territory. But it does have like 300 meters in Darwin next 13 days, and the European has like even more for those areas. So please be careful. But what I just showed you there is like too far, so you can trust things far out there. But just 5 days already shows some very dangerous rainfall. So be careful with river flooding and street flooding, urban flooding. So please stay safe. So let's see one more thing here, like stay safe from that and stay safe from the heat waves. So show still some spots where it's not so stormy, all the way to 46 degrees, 45, 40, even 48 degrees, some spots in the desert, 47, 48, some towns to 46, one town there 48 degrees. This is possible because still check your local forecast, but I think this is possible. Some 49 degrees, some isolated spots there. So the heat indices with this might feel like 50 degrees or even 55 degrees. It's not very humid in those areas, but just by the sensation of all that heat, it might feel like more than 50. So please stay safe. This heat can be very dangerous and even death. Some heat stress and heat stroke. So please be careful. This is Monday afternoon. This goes, it cools down during the night, but still hot. And if it's hot at night too, it can increase heat stress. So be careful. Still show some 47 degrees, some 48, some 43, all the way to 40 in northern Victoria. Some 4 is some other spots 41 Northern Territory. So still be careful Tuesday, but not as extreme. Tuesday into Wednesday shows Western Australia some 46, some 44 still, some 42. Into Thursday still show like some 47, some spots in 38, some 46. So please stay safe. Some 44, and later still shows these areas same to Australia here, because there'll be all those storms in the north with less heat and the heat further south. So some 46 degrees, some desert areas to 47, some 48 in Marble Bar on the 7th. So please stay safe. 47 to 48. So please, even 49, a specific spot or two, be careful the heat indices, and please stay cool. You drink a lot of water. Still on the 8th shows very hot there. This area is central, even like New South Wales and 43, South Australia and other spots. So please stay safe, and still shows heat into next week, especially the 11th, Northern New South Wales and 45, starting to go into Queensland and more spots there. So please be careful these temperatures. There's the GFS too, shows like similar thing, maybe not as extreme, but it does show a spot in the desert to 47 degrees. So be careful Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and yeah, so stay safe. This heat wave, there's the access to this goes there. It does show Monday, tomorrow during the day, 49 degrees in some towns there, 48, 50 degrees Celsius. Please be careful. But check your local forecast, because uh, these models still might update. And yeah, but Tuesday, Wednesday, this is the icon, shows like this giant heat bubble in Western Australia at 49 degrees. So please be careful those areas. There's in New Zealand, it's quite mild, some 24 degrees, 27. In the south, some 20s too. And this goes Monday, spots in the south to some 4 degrees in the mountains, 9 degrees, 12 degrees, but nothing that crazy. And yeah, so for rain, this shows a shower too in New Zealand, and especially some storms in the south on Wednesday with a front there. Even central New Zealand on Thursday shows another front into southwestern New Zealand on the 8th, some heavy rain. So this goes there, some more showers throughout the 9th and the 10th, southern New Zealand. It even shows a tiny bit of snow. This is kind of weird this time of year on the 11th, but it does go there. Shows some more rain and low pressure system near Waitangi too on the 11th. So this goes, and like maybe more fronts later, but nothing so crazy. But be aware, there's the rain accumulation. 5 days it's quite calm, just some storms in the south, central areas, a storm or two. But if you put like later, alright, it shows a lot, especially until the 12th, those mountains there in southern New Zealand. So be aware, but it could change still. There's the GFS, a little bit less, and the icon, those southern areas too. But yeah, be aware those areas, and this mainly it, I think. So please stay safe with these systems and these cyclones. Warn others, especially the heavy rainfall, and yeah, stay safe from flooding, and warn others in those areas. We'll keep monitoring, making more updates. But let's just see if I'm not forgetting anything important, like the heat in Namibia and South Africa. Not as extreme as Australia, but still some 40 degrees in a few spots. So still be careful there. Especially a day or two to 39 degrees, 41 spots central, southern South Africa. So yeah, be aware there too, but nothing as crazy as Australia. But even DC, like 39, is very dangerous for most people if you stay out in the heat. So you don't need 40 degrees to be dangerous. Even 35 is dangerous for sensitive persons. So be careful. And also, just mentioning Central Africa, it's kind of hot too. So be aware there. And this mainly it. Stay safe.